time to make milk chocolate truffles. Without eggs, without dairy, no gluten, no soy, no refined sugar, and even no any nuts. So let's get started. Let's talk about ingredients for this recipe. First of all, when we talk about chocolate truffles or chocolate ganache, we need to use two main ingredients. It's cacao powder and cacao butter. So here you are. Raw cacao butter can come in such waffle sizes, or it can be as pieces, and you need to chop those big pieces into smaller pieces for easier melting. And the second important ingredient, and where we start right now to work on this recipe, is coconut butter. Coconut butter comes in such white form. And before we start talking about other ingredients, we melt these two ingredients together. So I combine cacao butter and coconut butter in one bowl. And we need to create a water bath to melt this ingredient. I usually use such small pot, and I put the bowl with ingredients on top. In the bowl I have water, and we melt it slowly without burning these two nice ingredients. Also in this recipe we're going to use coconut oil extra virgin. It is already melted and measured. And in general, what is the difference between coconut oil, coconut butter and cacao butter? You can watch in this quite popular video, and if these ingredients are new for you, please watch it, and it will be easier for you to go to the grocery store and find these ingredients. So 3 ingredients we already talked about, 4 ingredients. So it's coconut butter, cacao butter, coconut oil and raw cacao powder. Other ingredients that are important for this recipe is the milk, any plant-based milk that you have in your fridge right now. Liquid sweetener, it can be maple syrup that I prefer because of the low glycemic index, a lot of nutrients, high on antioxidants, and in general it's a nice substitution for any white and refined sugars. Maybe new ingredient for you right now is the coconut milk powder, but I promise you it is very common right now in any country. I lived for 10 years in the United States, now I'm in Spain, and all these ingredients were very easy to find in Spain as well. And also my students, like over 1,000 students who work with me from different parts of this world, from New Zealand, from Japan, from Hong Kong, from Brazil, all Europe, US, Canada. I know it's probably hard to start working with ingredients that are not in your fridge, in your pantry every day, but if you want to change your habits and switch to healthier options without complete refusal from desserts, so these are the options. So you will find it. It's not complicated to find. Maybe you just didn't pay attention to find these ingredients. Here you are. You may see that the steam is coming here. So our cacao butter is starting melting together with the coconut butter. I will reduce a little bit my oven, and we continue to melt it. So that's why I want to return to our coconut milk powder. I will give you the links to ingredients in the United States below this video, and this is quite common ingredient in general. This ingredient will make our truffles more milky, less rich and bitter in chocolate than, for example, my another recipe with the dark chocolate truffles. And a little bit of vanilla. Vanilla can be as extract, as a powder like I have right now, or it can be pods. Vanilla pods, they probably the most expensive compared with the extract and powder, but anyway I would highly recommend you to put good quality vanilla into this recipe to make it more flavorful and more milky. So let's show you that everything is starting melting. Using a fork, I recommend you to melt it constantly, and you can break your coconut butter into smaller pieces. This steam is coming, so I need to melt it a little bit longer. Let's put ingredients in the next order. First we put our milk. Please, it's important that the milk is not cold, it should have room temperature. Then we put our liquid sweetener. Now we can add salt and some vanilla extract or powder, coconut milk powder and raw cacao powder. And remember that the final taste of your truffles will depend on the quality and the taste of your cacao powder. Cacao butter and coconut oil we will add a little bit later. Now let's blend it on a slow speed. So that's why I told you that any blender can work here. We do not really blend it. We just combine all these ingredients on the low speed. So our goal was to break down our coconut milk powder because it had some pieces, some lumps. Now slowly on the low speed we are going to add our cacao butter together with the coconut butter and coconut oil. So this is what we need to get. It's a smooth consistency of ganache. It looks like this. At this moment you can try your truffles, your ganache, and if you want to make it even more sweet, you can add additional 1-2 tablespoons of liquid sweetener. And now I will show you how to work with how to make truffles with the two options. So first, if you decide to sell truffles, you need to do it really fast. And for this task, I highly recommend you to invest some money into truffle molds, and as usual I will give you the links below. It will be super fast. If you do it first time just for yourself, so find the bowl and pour some ganache here. We need to cover it with the plastic wrap and leave in the refrigerator for 2-3 hours, and then with the spoon we will create truffles by hand. If you want to make it faster, so we need piping bag, we need silicone mold for truffles, and you will see right now how fast the process is. Pour everything into the piping bag. We need to cut a little bit our piping bag. And a fast life hack, how to get everything from your piping bag until the last drop. Make it flat, put it on your table, find any board and do like this. Hop. And it's the last truffle. If you work with the silicone mold, now we move it to the freezer for minimum 5 hours or overnight. And in general, you can make any of my desserts like truffles, for example, and keep it in the freezer for up to 2 months. So it means you made these truffles for yourself or for your kids, and it will be a lot if you use a silicone mold. And whenever you want some candies, just remove it from the freezer, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, move in the fridge, and in a couple of hours they will be ready to be served. What I have here, so I just tempered my dark chocolate, homemade dark chocolate. I melted my white chocolate for glazing. I also have the video for this recipe. We also have with you some truffles that are in the mold, and if you remember, we left some amount of truffle ganache into the bowl, and we will create like handcrafted truffles for those who don't have truffle molds. So here you are. Once I removed my ganache from the refrigerator, I left it for about 1 hour at room temperature. So it became more soft, so I can scoop it. And let's redo it. We remove our plastic wrap. And the best way, if you have gloves, let's make handcrafted truffles. You need any kind of a teaspoon, and you need to grab some kind of the butter and create truffles into your hands. Now you can control the size, and it's okay if they are not ideally like a ball. So it's handcrafted truffles. You can see that these my truffles have 15 grams, and you can make them smaller, like 10 grams. This is completely up to you, but in general, it's super easy to do. It's super easy to do. Yeah, this truffle will be bigger. It's more messy than with the truffle mold, but still so delicious. Okay, and you can continue until you have this butter. Okay, what I'm going to use to cover my truffles, I will show you right now. So I want to use pistachios, crushed pistachios. You can use any nuts that you love, that you prefer. Almonds would work also perfectly, hazelnuts also. Just classic powder, and I will show you right now that before covering our truffles into the chocolate, we can cover them with a powder. So it can be quite easy and even faster to make, and you will have like a store-bought truffles. Here you are. Now let's work with the dark chocolate. Yeah, so I will grab my ideal truffle, put it into the chocolate, take it out, tap a few times, and let's cover it with the freeze-dried strawberries. You can leave it like here for a few seconds. Now let's make white chocolate covering. And cover it with the pistachios. This is the first one. We'll put it here. And this is the second one. Thank you for watching my video, and if you have any ideas for me, what would you like to see on my channel, please write below to this video. And as usual, all recipes are always below this video in the description box. Thank you.